Hello everybody, my name is Gila Moonstar and welcome to the premiere of Drag Queen Reacts. This is going to be an edition of Dining with the Divas where we eat food and a drag queen reacts to some specialty cuisine for the first time. I am joined by my special guest, the Queen of Northern Colorado, Krisa Gonna.
Hi!
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. I'm very excited about this.
Yes, I know you're super hungry because you just came from a drag brunch. You've been working it, twirling.
I am starving, and besides that, usually I do eat a lot anyway. So,
yes. Oh, I'm so excited. Well, all of this food is prepared from one of my special favorite Denver Asian restaurants called Jaya Asian Grill. They have a multitude of cuisines from Singaporean food, Malaysian food, Thai food, and obviously Indonesian food. All the influences are very similar. The tastes are very rich, umami, and it's gonna be so amazing. You are pretty adventurous with your eating, right? You're from Brazil, so you know.
Yes, I put a lot of different things in my mouth.
Oh,
yes, true.
Hello.
But yeah, I love eating whenever I travel to a different state in the US or a different state in Brazil where I'm from, or a different country. What I look forward the most is the food.
Oh,
so
yes.
this is like, it's because that's how you get to know culture. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, and I love it.
Okay, well, we have some amazing things. We're kind of going to start with a little bit of a sampling.
Okay.
I think I'll start you with what we call our little salad course.
Okay.
So this is going to be gado gado.
Okay.
Which is going to be fried tofu, bean sprouts. These are a little bit of like fish chips. Then a little bit of other. Let me see what else is in here. We've got a little bit of herbs. Some green beans, green sprouts, and then this is cabbage. So what is accompanied with this is a peanut sauce. Okay. So this is going to be the delicious peanut sauce you pour over it. Oh, there's also a hard-boiled egg in here as well.
I am salivating.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so
by the way, I don't think I've ever eaten Indonesian food. I don't think so. Ooh. But if it has things in common with, for example, pho. I love pho.
Pho is Vietnamese.
Yes, Vietnamese. I love that.
A lot of the influences are the same. When I tell a person that's like new to Indonesian food, it's their first time, I would say it's a combination of honestly like, I mean, this is going to be just from my opinion, but there's obviously a lot of influences from like Thai, Chinese, and Indian. Maybe imagine those flavors kind of coming together.
I love all of those.
And then becoming its own special regional of Indonesia. In Indonesia, let's give them all a little history lesson because this video is coming out on AAPI month in May, of course, which is when the Heritage Month is normally celebrated. I am Indonesian American. I was born in Jakarta, Indonesia. Indonesia is a country that's like near Australia, under Japan. It's a series of islands. You know, it is a very heavily populated country, but it has a lot of its own regional influences. Like there's some parts of Indonesia that's very metropolitan. There's parts of Indonesia that's very, you know, a little bit more, not tribal in a sense, but a little bit more of its like, how would you even say it? Like
kind of more like countryside?
Countryside, a little bit, yeah. And I'm sure in Brazil it's a lot of the same. Here, even in America, it's a bit of the same thing. So, are you ready to start getting eating?
Yes, I am.
Okay, we're gonna start with gado gado. I want you to give your most very authentic reaction. Would you like to serve yourself, or would you like me to serve you, darling? Okay, I'll serve the queen. Yes. So do you like tofu?
Yes.
Okay, we'll give you a little portion of
There's like very few things that I don't like.
Yeah, let's talk about it. What foods do you like really love, and what foods do you not usually like?
I mean, I just love all kinds of food, but of course I love Brazilian food.
Yes.
In all its diversity.
Yes.
I love Italian food, of course, because my husband is Italian.
Yes.
There are like specific things that I don't usually like, but there are very few. For example, I really don't like wasabi.
Ooh, yeah, I can feel you with that.
I've tried it, and it's just not for me. Yeah.
Yeah, is it because of its like very sharp?
Yes, I like something that is like, how to say, halfway towards wasabi or like ginger. Ginger I love. Or like horseradish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But wasabi is just as strong.
Yes. So the first time you had wasabi, I'm assuming was with sushi or Japanese food, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is this peanut sauce. Let me pour it on you. It adds it all together. Peanuts. You're not allergic?
No.
Good.
I'm not allergic to anything.
Would you want it on the
Unless
side?
you're cooking cats.
Oh no, honey. I would never cook. I have two kitties. I put it on the side for you just so you can kind of determine how you want to consume it. But it's very good on top of everything. And this is gonna be your reaction to Indonesian food for the first time with gado-gado. So let's dig in.
Gado-gado,
Okay. Yes, I love it. It's just so bright and rich and savory.
I like the texture.
Uh-huh.
Also, like for me, having peanut with savory food is very different from Brazilian cuisine.
You're into it. Okay, it's so
The
savory.
peanut is so good.
This peanut sauce, they put some type of spices to it. It is just so delicious, so flavorful with the crunch of the cabbage and the crunch.
Wait,
of
why
the...
didn't I get that?
Oh, here, grab one. You want this?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just like a little crisp.
I'm here for it. Ooh. Oh yeah, it's very crisp.
The sauce is everything.
And there's some like bean sprouts.
Yes.
Okay.
So you've never been to Indonesia, right? Highly recommend it.
God.
It's been a while since I've been back. Oh yes.
Alright.
It's a little more crispy usual, but I think we've had this. We picked it up like 30 minutes ago, so it's still a little bit warm, but
No, it's great.
it may absorb
The closest place I've been to Indonesia, I think it was this it was this island, very south China, called Hainan. And very tropical, but I think that's as close as I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is, I know that there's a really specialty chicken dish from Hainan called the Hainanese chicken, which they also serve here. It's a very simple rice with like, not boiled, but it's like a very simple preparation of chicken. I'm like also a big foodie, by the way. I have always been into food. I've always tried to develop my flavors and be very experimental with it. I watch a lot of cooking shows, Top Chef. I watch a lot of anything on the Food Network. So very, very into food.
This is so good.
I'm glad you like it. Yes. See, this is like a good palate starter, refresher. It's not too heavy, but people like eating it because it's, you know, just veggie, so it's good for all my vegetarians there. I don't know about vegans. I mean, if you take out the egg, I think it could be very vegan, but I'm pretty sure the peanut sauce that accompanies gado-gado is also vegan as well.
So gado-gado is the name of this whole thing, or just one of those things, like this little thing right here?
The whole salad.
Okay.
These like particular.
It's like a mix. Okay.
That's right. All right, Krisa, are you ready to try next dish?
Yes, I am. There's nothing left here.
Ooh, okay. I say, you know, we kind of try all of it together and put it in the plate. But so we'll get started here. This is going to be called bihun goreng. And goreng means fried in Indonesian. Bihun is a type of noodle. So this is going to be rice
Bihun
noodle.
goreng?
Bihun goreng.
Okay.
Yes! Oh my, you got that Indonesian accent down. You can see here there's some green onions. This is with a beef protein. Also bean sprouts. Bean sprouts are just always used in a lot of Asian countries.
Yeah.
So this is going to be bihun goreng. I have always loved this, like, let me serve you first. This type of texture with noodle, the like thin rice noodle.
Yeah.
Just because it's like so.
I just want to dump my face in it.
Oh my gosh, don't mess up your makeup. Here, I'll just put that for now, but you are obviously more than welcome to grab as much more as you want.
Bihun goreng.
Bihun goreng.
Okay. This is like similar to Portuguese, like the goreng.
Goreng.
The nasal sound. We
What
have
is
that a lot.
what is fried in Portuguese?
Frito.
Frito. Okay. Yes, that's very similar to Italian.
Yeah.
Frito.
Yeah.
Yes, amazing.
Yeah.
Well, dig right in to some bihun goreng. Noodles are and rice are like I think our most commonly used carbohydrates. So yeah, let's see how you like it. I've never had this at this specific restaurant, but is it giving bihun goreng real?
There's some egg, right? Love it.
Oh, that is really good. As you can hear from the drag queen moaning sounds, we're used to making that.
So good.
That's nice.
Okay, I want to try the meat.
Yeah, the beef is very nice. I wish I could cook a lot of this stuff. When I was growing up, my mom actually made a good amount of Indonesian food, but I never picked up a lot of cooking it just because I don't love cooking.
You don't?
I love eating out, and I do like cooking things that are like kind of fast, like if it goes in the air fryer or microwave, but this does take a little bit more preparation.
It's true.
At least for someone who's a little newer, but how are you with cooking?
I cook a lot. Yeah, my husband and I, we cook a lot. We do a lot of Brazilian dishes, Italian dishes at home. We mix things. So, and I love cooking because that's just one way that I can find, one of the few ways that I can practice mindfulness.
Yes.
Because I just forget about everything.
Peaceful.
Especially if it's at night before having people. I love cooking for people.
Mhm.
I love to have like a lot of people at home.
I've been to your house for pizza.
It's true,
delicious.
yes. And I love cooking with a glass of wine and some music by myself or with my
Yes.
husband. It's great.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so nice.
And also like cooking is, besides eating, is one way that you can keep yourself connected to your culture, right?
Mhm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you make a lot of Brazilian food?
Yeah, a lot.
Okay.
And
What's
I have
your fave?
feijoada.
Ooh, feijoada. What's that?
Feijoada is like a bean stew cooked for many hours with all types of meat, but less appreciated, like less noble parts of an ox, like oxtail. There's like also pig feet, pig snout, because it used to be. It goes with Brazilian history and unfortunately, like our history with slavery. So those were the parts that like slave owners did not want.
Yeah.
And so that I think that's one of Brazil's main dishes, and I love it. Also, like because I cook for a bunch of people, I actually cook for enough for 60 people.
Oh my gosh! In your house?
No, but then I have like maybe like 20 to 30 because then I have leftovers for months.
Leftovers.
Yeah.
I love leftovers.
Yeah.
I always have so much leftover food in my fridge. It is a good time. Well, I'm glad you're liking the bihun goreng. It's really like, I think one of the most simpler dishes to cook. Honestly, I can tell there's some umami flavors with like maybe some sesame in there as well. So it's delicious.
Yeah, and I would say I would guess that this is like a people pleaser because like it's hard unless you don't eat eggs or beef, but you can make a version without those.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I wonder if you have fish or chicken. What do you think?
Let's go with fish. I love
Fish
rice.
too,
Rice
yes.
is part of what we do in Brazil.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Like a little rice
oh my
condensation on you. I'm sorry, darling.
It squirted on me.
Oh, hello.
But yeah, like rice, beans, and meat is like the Monday to Friday
Oh yes.
thing that we eat in
This one's
Brazil.
breakfast.
Yeah, it's our carbohydrate.
I know. And Brazil, if I'm not mistaken, you guys also use a lot of. Do you use plantains or is that other South American cultures?
Plantains, yes, yes, plantains, yuca, yeah,
Yes.
all like native American, like from the continent. Yeah.
There's so much, I think, differences in different countries with produce. And you notice that a lot, obviously, when you go like south of the equator, which is also where Indonesia is.
Yeah.
And I think I'm not familiar if Brazil, do you guys have volcanoes?
No, we don't.
Okay, so Indonesia has a lot of volcanoes. It's actually around the Ring of Fire, which is why I think a lot of the volcanic soil attributes to a lot of the really amazing produce there. We are gonna move on to a fish dish. So this is called ikan sambal goreng, which is also goreng is there. So this is sambal is like the chili, and ikan means fish.
Ikan sambal goreng.
Ikan sambal goreng, yes.
Okay.
So this may be a little bit spicy.
Okay.
But feel free to get all of these little like peppers, onions, and garlic because we love the garlic on there. And feel free if you want to choose white rice or fried rice. Ooh, you can have a little bit of both too if you want.
Will. So these peppers are like bell peppers?
These look like just bell peppers, red and green bell peppers with onion, garlic, and then it's basically like seasoned with potato sauce. Go for it if you want.
I have got the rice.
Oh, I'll switch with the rice. But have you ever been a lover of seafood like fish and shellfish?
I love it.
I've always loved it.
And I'm so glad I'm not allergic to it.
Yes, there's very many people that can't do like sushi or shellfish, and I do not envy them because that's usually the type of protein that I would really lean towards first, just because it's so good.
It is. When I was a kid, I didn't like shrimp. Now, of course, as an adult, I love it. I love mussels. I love fish. I love river fish, to be honest.
Ooh, what's a river fish?
Like fish from the river.
Wait.
Not from the ocean.
This fish is giving though, isn't it?
It is giving, yes. It's delicious. Also, it is a little spicy, but it's not
spicy food.
I can handle not extremely, but I can handle it. But also, I like this kind of spicy because it's not on your lips; it's like right here.
Yes,
which is exactly how I like it.
Yes, and it has a little bit of sweetness to counteract it. I think that's a misconception people have about South American food is that they kind of, no tea, no shade, Americans can be a little bit ignorant when it comes to food, and especially they just put all of like Latin American food together. But obviously, like countries like Mexico, countries like I think I can only imagine, but countries like Mexico for sure use their chilies. But Brazil really doesn't use a lot of
like
spicy chilies, you know. So it all differentiates.
I think it also depends on the region. Like if you go to Bahia, the food there is spicier. And speaking of that, it's picking up.
Yes.
But yeah, but also people tend to think that everything like culture-wise, including food, south of the U.S., like all the Latin American countries are all the same, which is not true.
Yeah. Try it out. And try every different type of food because you don't know what you'll love the most. Like, there's just so much flavor out there. You never. This is so good. This is so good. I'm so happy.
I love it.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy that you like it. Tell your friends and family all about it.
So episode 2 is gonna be with me.
Okay, episode 2 is with different type of flavor food. I know. I know. We tried to do this. We tried to make a reacting video a couple weeks ago. We were gonna react to Beyonce's new album, which we still might. Yeah. Someday. Have you heard it all yet? I haven't either.
I was waiting because of you.
I've been so busy. Okay, maybe we'll do it. But it came out. There's so much music coming out I've been listening to. There's a lot of movies that are here. It's been a good time. Yeah.
Oh my god.
We can move on to our next one. Also, I love that you're like a little bit of a fast eater. You're giving it.
Because I mean, well, I grew up not as an only child, so it had to be fast.
Oh, same. But I was also the youngest, so
me too.
You were the that makes sense. If you're the youngest child, you will become a drag queen. So just know that. Just know that that's what will happen. Our lipsticks are still on.
Yes. Yeah. Green check.
Still looking gorgeous. We're good. Don't worry, everybody. We're next gonna move on to our final savory dish. This is called. Oh no, sorry. Oh my god. This is one of the most famous beef stews in Indonesia called beef rendang.
Oh, okay.
And this is chicken. So do you want to do rendang or let's do the beef rendang? Okay.
What's it called?
Rendang. R-E-N-D-A-N-G. Rendang. So my mom would make the best recipe of beef rendang. And she did a couple times when during COVID I would go to her house, she would make it, and I'd get a little goodie bag. But this is so flavorful. It really differentiates, from whatever chef uses, but it's loaded with lots of herbs, lots of coconut milk, stewed beef, and this is generally served with white rice, but I will serve this to you.
Okay.
It's so good.
And you mix it with a little bit of rice?
You mix it with the white rice. It is honestly very incredible. I don't remember, I've had this at this restaurant before, but I don't remember if it's spicy.
We'll find out.
We'll find out, but feel free to dig into this. It is one of my favorites.
With some white rice.
Yes, definitely. Because the white rice just like absorbs a lot of flavor. It's so good. It's so good, guys. And honestly, like it's hard for any restaurant to beat my mom's recipe. So, but this one still does the job. It's very good.
Tell me the name again.
Beef rendang. Yes, beef. And beef in Indonesian is sapi, which actually also means I think it means cow. But beef rendang is the English-ish name.
Oh my god! And it's like the meat is like dissolving.
It's like a very tender beef stew. It's given.
I wonder what's in the stew actually. Like, is there any coconut cream or something
It's
like that?
coconut milk. It's definitely coconut milk.
Okay. Because it's so good.
It's very rich. It's very, I don't know. It like, there's a way to cooking a stew to where actually you let a lot of either the liquids or the spices penetrate the protein.
That's what she's
okay? And that it really feels like it's more inside of the meat and not just the outer.
Yeah, it's true.
And for this, you do have to, generally, I think you sear the meat first and season it, and then you put it with
And it's not spicy.
That's good.
No. Is there like trying to like, is there cinnamon in it?
I think there is.
Yeah?
I think there is some cinnamon to it too, yeah.
It's very subtle though.
Yeah. But there is, I mean, I think beef stews is one of the most internationally diverse food. You can really make a thing with usually any type of protein, like the soup or chowder or stew, but I noticed beef stew is in pretty much every culture, you know.
Oh my god, delicious.
I'm glad you like it.
This has been a fantastic first
Yes.
experience.
This is gonna make you want to go to Indonesia after your Japan trip coming up.
I would love to go.
A lot of people do. A lot of people vacation in Bali a lot, which is a very
that's
popular
true.
destination.
Yeah.
Obviously Jakarta is, you know, one of the biggest cities there. So
that's where
check it out.
they have like a lot of very, very tall buildings, right?
Yes, yeah. It's very, very metropolitan. It's also very like populated and a little bit polluted. So a lot of, you know, metropolitan Asian cities now are just getting, it's just like global pollution is just increasing. So
So you were born there?
I was born in Indonesia. I moved to America when I was around 4. And that's definitely one of the things that I miss the most is the food. So I'm glad that we find a lot of restaurants like this.
Yeah. Do you get to go back?
I haven't been back since high school.
Oh, okay.
So that's over 10 years ago, everyone.
Wow.
So I haven't been back just because, you know, when I was in college and then I did grad school and I was working a lot. So it's hard to find time. And if I was to go to Indonesia, I'd want to go for at least a week.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. Like you want to spend good time there.
I want to spend good time. I want to just like relax and see family again. So
Go for
go for more, honey, please. Yes, go for more for any of
God.
literally any of these dishes.
The stew on this one is just so good.
Flavorful.
I'm gonna do this.
Please
too.
do.
Oh my god. Grabbing with my hands.
Yes,
sorry.
it's all good.
And then you dip. Can you mix?
You can do whatever you want.
No, I'm asking because my husband is Italian and they have a very strict rule about mixing
You are right.
food, right? So I always ask.
No,
Because in Brazil, we put everything in the same plate.
I think that's the same with Indonesia. I mean, there's some things that are meant to go with each other, but there's not really any rules if you want to put a sauce here or put a sauce there. But you are right. I've actually noticed that with Italian cuisine and French cuisine, a lot of
They
European
have
cuisine,
courses, right? Yeah.
there's some things that are meant to go with each other and some things that are not. And there's also, especially with Italian, some ways of cooking pasta and some ways of cooking different things that are very specific.
I mean, a lot of those make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But some of them don't.
Yeah, I'm like, just do whatever you want if it tastes good. Yeah. But yeah, so we are drag queens, as we should tell people no. I mean, we are not beautiful, gorgeous, biological women, unfortunately. But we work here in Colorado. I love the scene here. I wish, you know, that more people would maybe eat food on stage and on camera. So I guess we're just gonna have to make it happen.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah, I love the scene here.
Yeah.
I mean, like everywhere else, I think there's a part of the scene which is not great.
Sure.
There's a part of the scene which is great. But yeah, you're one of the performers that I instantly connected with.
Same.
For the first time that we did a show together.
Yeah,
so.
and I guess we should tell my audience, my YouTube channel, because I've been on Krisa's YouTube channel for drag delivery.
It's true.
We met in a
church.
An online drag church kind of rehab competition.
It was during the pandemic, so it was online. Yeah, it's true. Yes.
And then, but we didn't meet in person because we both lived in Colorado, but there were other contestants from other cities and states. But we first met in Colorado.
It was at
that bar that closed.
It was snowing. We had to go to the next door bar
to get more people to come in
to the drag show.
But yeah, that was the first time we met in person for the first time. It was so cute, and that was like
ever since we've been doing a lot of stuff together.
I think we've been doing better gigs than that since now, which is good.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I think we've come very far.
We've come very far. Yeah, we started drag around the same time. I think you
true.
started a little earlier than I did with doing a lot of online stuff.
Oh yeah.
But that online competition was the first time I've ever done something in drag. Because I've gone out for Halloween in drag, in LA and stuff. But the first time I performed live in drag was the June after that for a Pride.
Oh, I see.
So it was a good time. Shall we move on to the next final savory course?
Let's.
Amazing. So this is called nasi lemak with ayam goreng. So ayam goreng is fried chicken. Nasi lemak is lemak actually means if I'm not mistaken glutinous. But or it means, I know that there's coconut. Coconut is a very
coconut with rice.
Yes.
Like you have me.
Exactly. This is the main flavor profile you'll get with this nasi lemak. And then you'll have a lot of these other chilies, and I'm pretty sure these are like pickled cabbages, not pickled but like seasoned. And then you do have a chili paste around it. Also, you have fried peanuts and fried anchovies. So these
anchovies.
are, if I'm not mistaken, fried anchovies are fried like kippers or sardines, but it adds to that flavor there. So do you have any specific chicken cut you like? Do you like the drumstick?
Yes.
Yes. Let's give you a drumstick, darling. We'll give you a heap and amount of coconut rice. Yes. This is one of my favorites. Just like I love a lot of the rice dishes in Indonesia, and there is this like celebratory rice dish that I'll put in the video here that a lot of people eat. That it's like a mountain of rice, usually yellow or white, that's like surrounded by all of these accoutrements.
Okay.
And then we'll give you a little sauce as well. So feel free if you want to. Yeah, if you've got a spoon there, so feel free to use that. So you can adjust your spice level, but
okay. And this is supposed to be spicy. This
I think that is going to be a little bit spicy, so feel free to use it per your taste level. Okay.
Okay.
Well, we're back, and you may notice that Krisa finally has some earrings. Oh my gosh! You know, drag is there's so many things in drag that you forget a lot of.
There's a checklist.
There is a checklist, and it's stressful. And new drag entertainers out there, literally just. You'll pick it up with muscle memory, but it is hard to remember everything.
Oh, the cabbage is good, but now it's coming the spicy. Yeah.
Be careful.
But again, it's back here. It's not on my
Yes, that's why I always recommend to put any of this on the side, just so you can adjust it per.
No, it was the cabbage.
Oh, the cabbage has spice. Yes, the cabbage is also very seasoned as well. But yeah, the coconut rice is everything. That coconut rice is so good, right? Oh
coconut and rice. I started loving it. We don't do this in Brazil. We love rice. We use rice a lot, but usually not with coconut. But then after I went to Costa Rica for the first time, in the Caribbean side, a lot of the Caribbean countries use coconut in their rice, and it's just so good. It's just such a good combination.
It is. And you don't know that until, you explore people's cultures, because I don't think there's any coconut rice dish in traditional American culture. Not because it's also not a fruit that's indigenous to
a lot tropical,
of it.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. And the peanuts are crunchy.
Ooh, this sauce is a little spicy, so be careful.
Okay. Ooh. You know what I want to do?
Tell me.
I want to go someday. Of course, I'll have to be like super famous.
Yes.
To
and you
that YouTube show.
Hot Ones.
The Hot Ones by First with Feast. Yes. Yeah.
We could do a challenge like that.
That would be fun.
That'd be really fun.
Yeah.
But I would look terrible because I can't really do spicy food.
I cannot do the strong ones.
No, yeah.
I could do half, I guess.
I used to, like, my palate's, obviously, I think your sense of taste changes every 7 years. So when I was growing up and was eating more Indonesian food, my spice levels were pretty high, even as a kid. But obviously, when I moved here to America, it's just all of the...
It's America's fault.
It's America's fault, first of all. So, but I still like the flavor of spices, but I can't, like, my tongue is not, it cannot handle it very well.
I can handle, I would say medium. But one thing I love about peppers, spicy peppers, is the aroma. I love that smell.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad you're liking this.
I mean, I'm so thankful that I said yes to this.
Of course. Hello.
I mean, thank you for... I was gonna say thank you for cooking this for me, but you didn't cook.
Never.
Yeah. But it's a shout out to the restaurant,
honestly,
right?
I could have lied. Yeah. Shout out to Jaya Asian Grill. Thank you so much. Denver, go check it out. Speaking of different international foods, we are actually a couple of international performing drag talent as well. We've been quite all over the world performing, and you did like an Italy tour last year, right?
Brazil, yeah. You've been to England, right?
Yes, I performed in England. I performed on a cruise where we were in the Mediterranean, so Spain, Italy, and France. And there's more to come. Who knows? So book us if you are in a different country.
Do it. Do it right now.
What would you say? Tell them what your style of drag is.
The good style.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know. Actually, when people ask me that, I really don't know.
Really?
Because I'm not a pageant queen, definitely.
No.
I mean, I think if I wanted to try that, I think I would do it well. But that's just not. I think one thing that I'm not is a pageant queen. But you know, like I do stand up, I dance a lot. I can be funny, I can be camp.
Very funny.
But yeah, so I really don't know. I like to say I'm a mix of multiple things. I'm not a spooky queen, even though I've done that for Halloween, basically. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know.
I think honestly, we have a lot of similarities in our drag style. I think we're both very campy. We're both pretty. We do interact well with the audience in terms of hosting and comedy.
Yeah.
You give a lot more dancing. So I would say you're like a campy dance conceptual queen.
Oh yes, oh that's true. A lot of my numbers, I love to tell a story.
Yeah, you use a lot of your culture in all of it too.
I do. There's narrations in some of my numbers. I do use a lot of props. Yeah, I'm a prop girl.
I love a prop too. I love inflatables.
Yeah, you have a lot. Yeah.
I love inflatable props. I use them. I love little costumes. And it's fun. Check out our websites. Mine is www.gilamoonstar.com.
Mine is KrisaGonna.com.
There you go. And also feel free, I'll put our Instagrams and Venmos in here if you want to tip us so we can afford more international food as well. Feel free now, you can dig into any seconds. I might grab a little bit more fish. And we'll just kiki and chat about life, drag, food, and everything.
But okay, going back to the style, I think it's good. I think it's a good thing when a performer is not known for being one thing, because they're just more. They have like a wider range of things that they can work with. Right?
I agree.
Yeah. But yeah, there's an audience for everything, and you just have to notice what kind of audience you're gonna get.
Yeah.
So you can either adapt your number or do what is like true to your style, and then just like make peace with the fact that the audience might not appreciate as much, you know, or tip.
That's smart.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's that sometimes I do, because I feel very well-rounded in what I do in my drag, and I do like doing a lot of different things. I'm not just like a theater singing queen. I like doing a lip sync. I like doing a little snappy comedy, but with a top 40. So when I'm performing on certain venues, that's when you kind of know who is a very like well-rounded drag entertainer, is that they know who they're performing with. And usually, if you can elevate yourself in each of those styles, you'll get booked and you'll stay working. So that's it. There you go.
Also, like you have one thing which is very different and most performers do not have, which is the singing part.
Yeah, so. which is interesting to me. There are a lot of I think people who come from theater backgrounds or artistic backgrounds, dance backgrounds, obviously for you. But it is something that I just love doing, so it is something that I add into my drag. It's not something that I went into thinking drag being like, I'm going to be a singing drag queen. It's something that I just use for some performances.
Yeah. I think in the US it's a lot more common maybe than in other countries.
Not the UK. Everybody in the UK sings. Yeah.
Really?
A lot of people in the UK live sings now. I think, no tea, no shade, Drag Race. You don't watch Drag Race as much, I remember you telling me.
Yeah, not as much,
I think that's popularized more. Not that lip syncing wasn't ever, it's always been one of the foundations of drag. I think lip sync artistry, but I think the cabaret scene is really big in the UK. So I think that's always been its main thing, and a lot of drag entertainers sing in the UK, which I love. Yeah, which is why I kind of relate myself to a lot more UK drag. Your bracelet. Your rhinestone bracelet. Oh, not a whole onion falling into my skirt.
Oh,
no. It's fine. It's fine. This is not my most couture outfit, so I'm glad I picked this.
Yeah. Also, one thing that I think is a big part of your drag is how camp it can be in some numbers that you do.
I love camp. Yeah. There is no reaction like people thinking you're stupid for having a certain creative idea. You can see people's like reaction to the audience. They're gasping. They're laughing. That thing like makes me feel so good. Yeah. It's the best type of reaction.
Because it's so ridiculous, but it's on purpose, right?
Exactly. It's
and people just get shocked. I would say, like, you know, we can both be Kim, but I think
Yeah.
you are a little bit more.
I love
or
it.
more often. at
Yeah,
least,
maybe more often because I do maybe agree with that. Yeah.
But it's I agree. The reaction, the sensation that you get
Mm-hmm.
when you come out with a different outfit, which is like very campy and like not unexpected, it's priceless. Yeah,
It's such a good
yeah,
time.
like my
It's
Republican
such a-
number.
Oh,
for example,
that's true.
just every time I come out dressed all in red and like a MAGA,
Yeah,
people's faces, it just
it's so
good.
funny, and because Krisa lives an hour and some minutes north of Denver, where I live, so the demographic, believe it or not, in Colorado is very different. Because obviously, in the more metropolitan cities, you're going to be a little bit more, liberal, progressive. But that's why I'm like, when you do that number in Fort Collins, I get a little nervous for you because they're probably like, "Here we go, we got ourselves, an
It's
ally here." But then,
I think at this point in Fort Collins, if it is a drag show, it's
They know.
it's safe
Yeah.
to do that.
yeah,
But I've been told by people who hired me to do
Yes.
private shows in other
oh
towns,
yes,
like more rural towns around Fort Collins,
Uh-huh.
not because Fort Collins has CSU. It's a
Mhm.
university town, right? But in other towns, I've been instructed to like not do that number or like
Mhm.
just not be too political, which sucks. But at the same time, I also have to think about my safety.
Of course,
So-
of course.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, you were definitely, one of the drag influencers and leaders of Fort Collins. And I don't know, how did you feel? Because I remember when you were working on this painting a piano project, like right after COVID, you would have like some reactions from people because you were in drag sometimes.
Sure. Yeah.
And how did that like affect you? And I feel like you really took it kind of bravely, and you were like, "I'm still gonna do it," but I'm sure you're still worried for like your safety, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think I am, but not as much. I always say, like, after growing up queer in Brazil, I can
Mhm.
survive anything. But yeah, the piano, it's a city initiative. The city of Fort Collins does it, and they pay artists. And of course, I didn't have to do that in drag. And it was multiple days, but at least one day I wanted to do that in drag and record every interaction that I had with people because it's like downtown.
Yeah.
People are passing by and they ask you about things. So most interactions, the vast majority were great because Fort Collins is a very progressive city, I would say. But of course, some interactions were not as much. I was like, catcalled or like verbally harassed in a way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just wanted to. I guess it's like if you have, your platform, why not do something that like shows something different? Also, I wanted to show people that drag queens are not only creatures of the night.
We're here during the day.
Yeah,
It's like
look at
3 o'clock
us.
when we're here during the day eating food in my house.
and looking just as good.
Ooh. No, I think that's really important. And we are, like, not to get too political because it's just like a food eating show, but we are definitely in an election year right now in 2024. And you recently just, became a U.S. citizen.
It's been almost 3 years. But
Yes. Recently, 2 years, during COVID. But I think we really need to, exert our voice as queer immigrants to make sure that it's a safe place for all of us.
Yeah.
And drag is, I think, such the most visible, most queer form of art that is getting to a level where it's popular enough to where it's really polarizing. So I think it's really important.
Yeah, and I think it's like comedy.
Yes.
Because like there are elements of comedy in drag, but I think that's how you can get a message to people without being too blatantly political.
Definitely.
Because like it's in between the lines sometimes, or sometimes it is like in your face, but it comes with so much more that people might take something home without realizing, right?
Yeah.
So I think it goes.
It's so right.
Yeah, it goes with it.
This is so good. So good. We have just one more dish, which is the dessert treat here. So this is like a warm, come on noodles, a warm sweet pudding with I think also a coconut cream if I'm not mistaken. And I cannot remember the name of this dish because we ordered this on Uber Eats, so I'll put it in the video here. But I'll start serving this up. Feel free to get any more that you want.
How would you say like just dessert?
I don't know.
Or
I don't
like
remember. Sweet. Manis is sweet. I think manis.
Manis.
If I'm not mistaken. This is the thing. I used to be fluent in Indonesian, but I moved here when I was so young that I lost a lot of the language, which is really sad because I did not realize how, first of all, cool it is to be bilingual or trilingual or anything. But to be honest, there was a lot of shame with being an immigrant child in Ohio, which is where I grew up, that I felt like I wanted to assimilate and fit in. And it really sucks. And I hope it's not like that for a lot of immigrant kids nowadays, that I kind of didn't start using as much of Indonesian. Even though my parents would speak it at home, I eventually lost a lot of like that memory and the tongue feeling of speaking Indonesian. I still can understand it pretty fluently, and I started back on Duolingo with it, but it did help that when I was studying like classical music and classical voice that I adopted a little bit more French, Italian, German, and Spanish, excuse me, but with the Indonesian language, I'm not as fluent. Which sucks.
I think, it really sucks that you got that message that you should not be proud of your heritage.
It's hard.
Language. Yeah, unfortunately that happens with so many different groups. Or races.
And sometimes it's not intentional. Like of course I was a little bit bullied in like elementary school, but it's not always people were like, look at that Asian kid or look at that Indonesian kid. It's just like people that would look at me weird. The first time my mom packed me Indonesian food for lunch in first grade, and I would open it, and like people would, like kids around me, be like, ugh, what is that? Or like, what is that smell? Or all that stuff.
I think it's just ingrained in society, unfortunately, right? Yeah. I would say that hopefully things are a little bit better for
me too.
Younger, like for kids now. Hopefully, but I'm pretty sure it's still happening.
Ooh. I know. There's like, let me see. To be honest, I don't know if I've had this before, so this is going to be kind of a first-time drag queen reacts for both of us.
It looks kind of looks like something from Brazil.
Really? I'll give you just a little bit to
I don't think it is, though, but it looks like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll see. This may be condensed. But this is rice as well.
Oh, okay.
So this is a rice-based dessert.
Smell it?
We'll see, What does it smell like? Ooh.
I smell the cream and I smell the rice, obviously.
It's like definitely rice pudding. It's very sweet.
It's like rice pudding.
Yeah, feel free. Let's give it a try. I do like that. Very sweet.
Me too.
Yeah.
It is very sweet.
Yeah.
But I'm from Brazil, so Brazil is too sweet.
And that's the thing. A lot of Asian food also uses rice in dessert. And it's nice. Like mango sticky rice is very popular dessert that people know. That is nice.
It is nice.
It's nice. It's like warm.
Where does the color come from?
I don't know, but I will tell you post this video. Yeah,
maroon.
It's giving maroon. I wonder where. I wonder if it's molasses, maybe, but there's like a purple-ish tint to it as well. Yeah.
I'm trying to I don't taste the molasses though, but
I wonder.
It's not wine, is it?
I don't think so. No. Another big info about Indonesia is the highest percentage of Muslims in the country.
Oh, okay.
So alcohol is forbidden in that religion, and I grew up Muslim and I don't practice anymore. But
good.
So yeah, usually a lot of alcoholic beverages are not used in them.
It's very sweet in the beginning, but then it's not.
No, there's like a very subtle flavor to it. Yeah, feel free.
I think the cream is the sweetest part.
That's actually good. I might have a little bit more. That was kind of good. It's nice. It's a nice little closer to the end of a very savory, very like flavorful meal. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's it. That was your.
Sorry, I'm so distracted with the food.
I know, that was your like 6-course meal for your first time reacting to Indonesian food. What would you think? Any comments? If you want to give it a rating, whatever you want to do.
I loved everything.
Yeah.
Let's see. I loved.
Yeah. Let me know your most highest preferences of what you
just because of familiarity.
Sure.
The beef stew was amazing.
Yes.
That's definitely in the top. I don't know if it's the one I like the most. But let's see. I really like the fish.
The fish is very good.
Yeah.
That might be my favorite for today.
I think it might be. Yes. This one, how is it called again?
Bihun goreng.
Bihun goreng. It's very good, but it's like something that I have tasted before. Right? It was less unusual for me.
Exactly, I can see that.
I would say the fish and the
Woo.
beef stew.
The beef rendang.
Yeah.
Okay.
So good.
Well, I'm so glad you got to experience this.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing more videos. Me, Krisa, me, maybe and another special guest. We'll be drag queens reacting to food, music, everything. Thank you for joining me for like my first official content video on my YouTube channel and social media. And I don't know, we'll see you next time. Come check us out on our website, social media. Any final words, darling?
Just thank you. Thank you for doing this, for me. I loved it. And yeah, subscribe to this channel right now.
Subscribe.
Somewhere around here.
Who knows? We're all
Yes.
for that. I don't know.
And yes, let's do more things together.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time. Bye, YouTube.
Bye.
See ya.